Good afternoon, friends. Important circular number 172, dated 6 July 2022. And 4 important clarification is being given. The first one, refund of ITC which is availed by the recipient under deemed export is subject to section 17 of CGST Act, and deemed export transactions are when supply to EOU, supply against EPCG license, supply against advance authorization. These are specific transactions under section 147 of CGST Act termed as deemed export. So here either supplier can claim the refund or recipient can also claim the refund, either supplier or recipient. So when recipient is claiming refund of the ITC in deemed export transaction, whether such ITC is subject to section 17, this circular has clarified. Now such ITC in the hands of recipient will not be subject to chapter 5 of CGST Act. So no reversal is required. And while calculating net ITC for claiming refund under Rule 89 sub Rule 4 for refund of accumulated credit on zero rated supply, or Rule 89 sub Rule 5 for IDS refund, inverted duty structure refund, shall not be included in net ITC for calculation provided as a formula for claiming refund under Rule 89 sub Rule 4 and Rule 89 sub Rule 5 of CGST rules. पहली क्लैरिटी, जब रेसिपिएंट जो डीम्ड एक्सपोर्ट में है वो जो ITC अवेल करता है and claiming refund thereof with a subject to section 17, and section 17 में हमें मालूम है specific reversal हमें करना पड़ता है, and there are other transaction as well. तो deemed export की जो transaction है like supply to EOU, supply against EPCG, supply against advance authorization. So deemed export में either supplier refund ले सकता है या recipient भी ले सकता है, subject to satisfying the conditions. तो इन्हें कहा जब recipient under deemed export ITC का refund लेता है, then that ITC will not be subject to section 17 chapter 5 of CGST Act. और उन्हें कहा कि जब refund का हम calculation करते हैं recipient के लिए under deemed export, then that net ITC shall not include this component of ITC for Rule 89 sub Rule 4 जहाँ पे जीरो रेटेड सप्लाई का रिफंड मिलता है, Rule 89 sub Rule 5 जहाँ पे IDS इन्वर्टेड ड्यूटी स्ट्रक्चर का रिफंड मिलता है. पहला पार्ट. सेकंड, section 17 subsection 5 clause B, and there are 3 subclauses, Roman 1, Roman 2 and Roman 3, and putting a condition that this credit is not available. Like under Roman 1, your outdoor catering, food and beverages, health services credit is not available. There's a proviso mentioning that if it is used as an exception, either as a part of composite supply or mixed supply, credit would be available, but this is in a different context. Section 17 subsection 5 clause B, Roman 1 and Roman 2 talks about club membership. Roman 3 talks about your travel allowances on vacation given to the employee, and they're the one proviso after 17 subsection 5 clause B, Roman 3. And that proviso say that ITC on goods or services would be available if it is obligatory on employer to provide to the employee under any law for the time being in force. So डिस्प्यूट ये था, ये जो प्रोविजो रोमन 3 के बाद आ रहा है, 17 सबसेक्शन 5 क्लॉज बी रोमन 3 के बाद आ रहा है, is it applicable only for the Roman 3 or it is applicable for all three sub-clauses, Roman 1, Roman 2 and Roman 3? This was the dispute. एक advanced ruling contrary इस सर्कुलर ने क्लैरिफाई किया कि ये जो प्रोविजो आ रहा है जो रोमन 3 के बाद है एंड विच इज टॉकिंग अबाउट इट इज ऑब्लिगेटरी ऑन एम्प्लॉयर टू प्रोवाइड टू द एम्प्लॉय under any law for the time being in force, it need to be read for all three sub-clauses, Roman 1, Roman 2 and Roman 3, which is coming under clause B under section 17 subsection 5 of CGST Act. यानी अगर फूड एंड बेवरेजेस मुझे देना है, मुझे हेल्थ सर्विस देनी है, which is given under section 17 subsection 5 clause B Roman 1, अगर मुझे ट्रैवल अलाउंस देना है विच इज ऑब्लिगेटरी ऑन मी, जो रोमन 3 में आ रहा है, रोमन 2 में आ रहा है जब क्लब मेंबरशिप वगैरह की बात कर रहे हैं हम, अगर ये ऑब्लिगेटरी है तो एम्प्लॉयर को इसकी क्रेडिट मिलेगी, इट इज नॉट बार्ड, मिलेगी. एंड दिस प्रोविजो विच इज कमिंग आफ्टर रोमन 3 अंडर क्लॉज बी ऑफ सेक्शन 17 सबसेक्शन 5 need to be 17 subsection 5 need to be read for whole clause B, first part, यानी clarity. Second part और इन्हें clarify किया when the restriction on availing credit for leasing, hiring and renting of motor vehicle, vessel and aircraft as given under section 17 subsection 5 clause B Roman 1, restriction है, credit नहीं मिलेगी on leasing, renting and hiring of motor vehicle, vessel and aircraft. So is it applicable for any other goods, any other item which is being leased, renting and hiring? So clarified, restriction only pertaining to motor vehicle, vessel and aircraft. Other than that, leasing of any item, renting of any item, hiring of any item, credit would be available. That is being clarified. Next part जो सबसे अच्छा इन्हें clarify किया, and that is important one. Any perquisite given by employer to the employee in lieu of contractual agreement of employment contract, then that perquisite is not chargeable to GST, because any service by employee to the employer in lieu of employment contract, it's out of GST. So any consideration, salary paid towards that, it's out of GST. Neither is supply of goods nor supply of services. Entry 1, Schedule 3. So any perquisite which is part and parcel of salary package in lieu of contractual agreement for the provision of services by employee to the employer, no GST leviable. The laudable clarification. Last clarification which is being given in this circular is, we got e-credit ledger. and we got e-cash ledger. What are the taxes and duties, interest, fees, late fees we can pay through e-credit ledger? Clarity given, e-credit ledger can be used only for payment of self-assessment tax or any tax which is being arisen because of any proceedings under the CGST Act or rules made thereunder. So ECL, electronic credit ledger, must be used only for the tax payment. It cannot be used neither for payment of any interest, late fees, penalty, even erroneous refund payment which you have taken in cash. You can't use your ECL ledger, electronic credit ledger. Even RCM liability compulsorily need to be paid through e-cash ledger. So whenever you have to pay any interest, late fees, penalty, or RCM liability, or any erroneous refund taken in cash and then you are repaying back through e-cash ledger only. ECL going to be used, electronic credit ledger going to be used only for the payment of self-assessment tax or tax arising because of any proceedings under the CGST Act and rules made thereunder. So these are the 4 important clarifications given in this particular circular. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.